I remember how my dad managed his work. He was a news director at a busy television station, and he managed his day with a desktop blotter pad that had a giant tear-off monthly calendar on it. New tasks would come up. He would just pick up this gold pen that my mom had given him for Christmas, and he would write in it, in the square, for each day on that big pad, and then he would get on with his work. He was never a big coffee drinker, but for some reason I have this memory of brown rings in the pad, inscribed in his weekends on that big desk calendar. Dad didn't need much to keep his life together, just a big pad of paper and a gold pen. I think it was out of a sense of inflated high school self-importance that I felt I needed to level up Dad's system. I remember the first time I tried my day runner. Pretty sure my mom bought it for me for Christmas my freshman year in high school. I would carry that thing everywhere, meticulously updating contact phone numbers by hand and calendar dates with homework and school events. I had these 5-inch pages, right? And so I would buy those plastic inserts for all of my cards, membership cards, school ID, credit cards. I don't know. Did I have a credit card in high school? Anyway, from there, it was on to Franklin Quest, the single best paper-based life management system I ever used. It was supposed to be the same system that Ben Franklin himself used. Honestly, I could never quite picture old Ben managing his bookshelf of prior year planners like I did. Didn't he have better stuff to do? Anyway, it's about this time that I realized I was a productivity nerd. Because, I already knew I was a technology nerd. I spent my days playing The Bard's Tale and dialing into the old community BBS for hints, really rocking the whole War Games vibe.
Shall we play a game?
Windows 3.1, of course, offered a whole new world of personal productivity that came in the form of Lotus Organizer. It was incredible. A skeuomorphic digital notebook on my screen, a complete digital replication of my paper planner. I quickly migrated from the Franklin Quest to ones and zeros, and I never looked back. Until I looked back. See, I still loved pen and paper. What was I going to do? I'm older. Not that old, but a lot older than I was when I realized just how quickly I could become fixated with productivity and technology and processes and systems and all the things. I'll be honest, and I know a lot of you listening can relate to this. My ADHD has been a boat anchor most of my life, forcing me to hyper-focus on keeping track of my work when I really should be getting busy doing my work. This has been true since I first cracked the spine of my day runner, and it is still true to this very day. And that's the conflict. I don't think I had a clear sense of it back then, but what I have come to realize over the years is that when our systems are really cranking, it's when they're made of the tools we love. Doesn't matter if they're pen and paper, ones and zeros, chisel and tablet. In those moments that I feel like I'm able to conjure the energy and attention to change the world, it's when the tools I've picked as my outsourced brain have worked with me to unlock magic. I'm Pete Wright. Welcome to Placeholder. This is a show about the tech we use while we're waiting for something better. We're going to talk about tools and systems and apps and communication and all the things that we can accomplish when we let ourselves fall in love with them. Most important, though, this is a show that is dedicated to and exclusively for members of the Take Control ADHD podcast community on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/TheADHD podcast and join us today. Placeholder launches in April 2022.